Hello and welcome to a new video. If you're new here, my name is Nana and I'm currently on a 7-month backpacking trip. Right now it is the 13th of March and I'm back in Krabi again. I'm just here for the night and tomorrow morning I am headed to my last destination here in Thailand, which will be a little island called Collapsible. It is currently 10:30 in the evening and I'm supposed to meet up at 6:30 in the morning. So I gotta get some sleep, but before I do that, I also need to do some packing because the room is looking a bit like this right now. And if I know myself correctly, I'm not really gonna want to deal with that tomorrow, so I should probably do most of it today. I also just talked to my friend from back home. We haven't actually spoken on the phone since I left, so it was really nice talking to her. She's meeting up with me in Japan in like 8 weeks from now. We counted as well. That is insane. That time is just flying by so fast. I am really looking forward to it, but I'm also trying to not rush towards it, if that makes sense. Just enjoy everything, and when the time comes, the time comes. But enough about that. I will stop talking. I will get ready for bed and I will do the packing, and that'll be it. I'll see you guys tomorrow, bright and early. I literally just realized that it is so stupid that I'm sitting here packing right now, because I will need to put more stuff into my bag tomorrow anyways. So I'm not gonna do this right now. I'm just gonna wake up a bit earlier tomorrow and do it then. So yeah, I'm going to bed. I'm too tired for this. So yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye. In half an hour we are leaving this place. I just did my packing. It went surprisingly smooth and very quickly as well. If I'm lucky, I might be able to sleep a little bit on the way to Collapsible. I'm not really sure about the transportation. I mean, it's probably like a minivan, at least one, maybe 7. They have a tendency to make you get onto multiple minivans here, so you take one and then you switch into a different one and then a different one, so who knows. But if I'm lucky, I'll be able to sleep a bit. That would be nice. But yeah, I guess we'll see. Let's go to Collapsible. It's supposed to be a tiny ass island, but I think that's what I need right now. So yeah, let's go.
I chilled in bed for a bit and then it was time to get going. So I grabbed my things, filled up my water bottle with some cold water, and then I got picked up by the minivan that was going to take us to the ferry port. The drive to the pier was pretty long, but luckily it was just one van for the entire drive. We have been driving for about an hour now and we just stopped outside of a 7-Eleven on the toilet. Said we got a 20-minute break and then it's straight to the pier, which is another hour I believe, and then probably a few hours in a boat. So yeah, I just went to the toilet and said I'm gonna get back into the minivan and just sit. So tired.
We might never know. We'll be gone before it all begins. Send me your songs of tomorrow. I'm dying to know it all. Stories of joy.
It is now 10 o'clock. We just got dropped off at the pier. It was a bit further away than I thought. So I guess we've been driving for 3.5 hours. We were told to show our ticket, so I did that. I got a little sticker on my shirt saying where I'm going and also a boarding pass. So I'm just going to gate number 2 and showing the boarding pass and going on a boat for, I don't know, a while. Once I entered the terminal, I had to pay a national park fee of 200 baht. I then went to the gate and showed my boarding pass, and the lady working there pretty much just told me to have a seat and wait. Something I learned pretty quickly once I got to Thailand is that usually there aren't any real timetables for a lot of the transportation, and even if there is a timetable, it's never actually guaranteed to be followed. So when they tell you to sit and wait, you kinda just have to sit and wait. There's no point in stressing about your transportation being late or asking when it's going to arrive, because chances are no one actually knows when it's going to arrive. So I sat down and pulled out the pad thai that I had bought the previous evening and brought with me my collapsible Tupperware and ate that as lunch. Eventually, the boat arrived and they loaded our bags onto it while we got geared up with some life vests and taken towards the island. The boat ride was super bumpy, and the combination of me already being very tired and then also slightly seasick resulted in me pretty much just dozing off and sleeping through most of the ride. Once we got to the island, I just went straight to my hostel, and luckily I was able to check in straight away. Alright, so I made it to my hostel. This is the dorm room. I believe it's an all-female dorm. There are 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 beds. And it's like this little capsule vibe, which I think I kind of like, because once I'm in here, it's gonna feel like I have my own room-ish. Like, this is a little cozy. And then a little curtain. Yeah, no, I like this. This is nice. So I have this room booked for 2 nights. I do believe I'm gonna stay on the island for longer than that, but I just figure I booked 2 nights. And if I want to extend here, I do that. But if I want to switch accommodation, I also have the option of doing that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But for now, I think I might just like walk around and you get to come along. Alright, some time later, and I am now just walking through the streets of Cavite. I have been very, very tempted to get another piercing, and I did look up a place here, and I just walked in and spoke to the guys, and it is like ridiculously cheap, so I'm most likely gonna do it. I mean, I even went to the pharmacy and got the saline solution for cleaning it, and I haven't even gotten the actual piercing yet, but I don't know, I just don't think I'm gonna be able to not do it. But yeah, I am gonna get myself some fruit. I think I want some pineapple. And then I'm just gonna keep walking. How much for a pineapple? 50? Couple cup. Let's give it a try. Delicious. I also think that this island might be just what I need, because it's really forcing me to slow down. And so yeah, I'm just practicing walking slow and enjoying the scenery, the surroundings. I don't even know where I'm going. I haven't looked at a map, but we'll end up where we end up. And we are going this way, wherever that is, and eating pineapple. I ended up going back to my hostel to get my journal, and then I went and got an iced coffee and some more fruit before heading towards the beach on the northern part of the island. So it is currently around 4 o'clock. The sun sets at like 6:30, so in about 2.5 hours. And yeah, I found this spot called Sunset Beach, so I figured they would have a nice sunset here. There are some chairs, which is nice. I did bring a few snacks, and I also bought some mango and a iced coffee. So I'm gonna sit here at the beach at 4 p.m. drinking coffee. Is that a good idea? Probably not. Am I gonna do it anyways? Yes. So I also brought my journal in case I want to write or draw something. I have been starting to draw more again, which I'm really happy about. I actually met this guy on the bus from Khao Sok to Krabi, and he had this like really cool notebook which he's just like drawing and making all this amazing art in, and I was just so inspired, and I was like, fuck, why did I stop drawing? Because I do enjoy drawing, and I kind of do it like from time to time. I have periods where I'm like, oh, this is so much fun, and I do it a lot, and then I kind of just forget about it and don't do it for a while. So it was a nice little reminder, so I might do that, we'll see. But I will definitely be snacking and drinking my coffee and just enjoying the ocean. All right, that's a little update for now. And I will talk to you guys when I talk to you guys. Delicious. So good.
I spent some time just chilling at the beach, enjoying my snacks in the ocean. Now, if you've been following my Thailand vlogs, you'll know that I have a very healthy obsession with raisin bread. So obviously, I brought some of that with me to the beach as well. I then did a little doodle of the boat that I had in front of me, and eventually the sun started to set.
I find it so funny that people always start leaving once the sun kind of just like dips down below the sea, the clouds, I guess. Because like this is when the magic happens. You have to wait until after the sun is down to see the real sunset. So I'm just gonna sit here for a while longer and enjoy the magic. I'm sorry, but do you see this? This is what I'm talking about. Like now it's when the colors really come out. It doesn't really do justice on the camera, but it's all like red. It's so cool. Alright, it is my time to leave now. There's still a little color action going on, but the mosquitoes are killing me. They're everywhere. Once the sun goes down, the mosquitoes just, they're out there. They do what mosquitoes do, which is annoy the fuck out of me. But it was so nice to just sit here. I am gonna head back to like the main part of the island. Probably gonna get some dinner because it's like 7 o'clock right now and I haven't had dinner yet, so that's what we're gonna do.
On my way back from the beach, a restaurant with live music really caught my attention, so I decided to go there for dinner. After I was done eating, I continued my walk through the island and ended up getting some more fruit on my way back to the hostel.
Alrighty, I am back at the hostel and I saw that they had this common room with these amazing cushion things that I was raving about previously, so I figured I'd just come in here and sit for a bit, and that was such a good choice because this room is perfectly air conditioned and it's so quiet and I'm the only one here, so that's really nice. But that is pretty much it for today. I will, however, continue this vlog tomorrow. Goodbye for now.
The following morning, I woke up really early, took the bag I'd pre-packed the night before, as well as my flip-flops, and then I left for the beach. Since this island was so extremely small, and it literally only took me a few minutes to walk to the perfect sunrise location, I just couldn't justify not doing it. Waking up for sunrise was never really easy for me, but whenever I managed to do it, I was always so happy about it. I took some pictures, did a bit of writing, and then I just lay down and enjoyed the magic. Once the sun was up, I walked along the beach for a while, and as you can see here, the raisin bread obsession was definitely not a joke, and I honestly don't think I ever went more than 2 days without getting a bag.
Hello and good morning. It is the next day and as you can see I am on the beach right now, or rather on some rocks that I found on the beach. I decided to climb up here to have a little chat with you guys. So last night I decided that I wanted to see the sunrise this morning, so I just sat and enjoyed that. I did a little bit of, not really meditation, but kind of just like setting intentions for the day. I wrote it down on my phone and I figured I'd just share it with you guys. So my intentions for today, and also for this island in particular, is to kind of just slow down again and kind of just get back into the island vibes. And I also wrote down that I want to ask myself, what do I want to feel today? And today I want to feel at peace. I want to have that like slow sigh of relief where I just sit and exist and just realizing that this is the life I get to live, and be grateful for that, because I am. And I feel like I have to remind myself of that sometimes, not for the grateful part, but just the fact that I'm here right now, because it does sometimes feel like, I don't know, sort of like a dream, or just that I get caught up in the things I'm doing that I forget to remind myself of the fact that I'm actually doing it. Like, I'm actually here, I'm actually in Thailand right now. So yeah, that is kind of the intentions for today. I do think I might go back to my hostel and maybe like try and take a nap or something. It is 7 a.m. right now. I did go to bed quite late yesterday. I also had a hard time falling asleep, and that I feel like once again is because I'm just so up in gear right now. Like, my brain does not really shut up when I wanted to or when I needed to, which is also again a sign that I need to slow down. So yeah, I might get some more sleep and then we'll see what we're gonna do. I had such a good nap. It is currently 11:30. I woke up like half an hour ago, and I've just spent the past half an hour packing my bag and getting ready, because I'm getting out of here, at least for a little while. Since it is midday, the UV is like crazy high right now, so I'm not gonna go straight to the beach. I am gonna go down to reception and see if I can extend my stay here for 2 more nights. Then I'm gonna get some food, and after that hopefully the sun will have calmed down a little bit, and then I'm just gonna go to a beach.
Extending my stay at the hostel was a success, and I got 2 more nights in the same dorm for a total of 700 baht. I then found a nice little restaurant and got some pineapple fried rice with tofu. It was really good, and the meal cost me 70 baht. After that, I went to 7-Eleven to grab some snacks, and I also got some fruit on my way to the beach. The eastern part of the island was pretty much filled with different resorts and beach bars, and it was a bit too crowded for my liking, so I just kept walking until I reached the northern part of the island and found a spot that was a little less crowded. I put down my towel and started snacking, listened to an audiobook, took a dip in the ocean, and spoke with a friend on the phone for quite some time.
It is now almost 4 o'clock and I am leaving the beach. I've been there for roughly 2.5 hours, and I feel like that is enough for today. I have gotten quite a lot of sun. I might have gotten slightly burnt on my back, I'm not sure. Hopefully not too bad, but yeah. I am planning on going back to my hostel now, then I'll take a shower. Yeah, that's the plan for now.
Tears that have been long asleep. The lights are out and heaven's open. We can Stop the clocks, the bees are humming in between the contrasts of our souls.
So this thing just happened, and by thing I mean I laid down in bed for a second and it's now been 2 hours and I have not moved. But it is time. I am leaving because I'm getting my piercings. So I am gonna head to the tattoo shop slash piercing studio and I'm gonna get some piercings. And hopefully it'll be good. And if not, then that will suck. Okay, to the piercing studio we go.
Okay, now massive disclaimer, this is not something that I would recommend anyone else doing, but I'm obviously not gonna take my own advice, so here we are. The biggest red flag at this place that I was fully aware of but also chose to completely ignore was the fact that you're never really supposed to get hoops straight away when getting a new piercing. A hoop will usually prolong the healing process as well as increase the risk of complications. So any piercer who agrees to do a piercing like this isn't really concerned about the finished product turning out great or the healing process going as smoothly as possible. Alright, as you saw, I just got my ear stabbed by a guy here in Thailand. And I'm back at the hostel again because there's some gunk on my ear and I don't know what it is, so I figured I'd just come back here and clean it with the saline solution that I got yesterday. It was an interesting experience. Let's just say that. I don't know if I would do it again. But I got 2 new piercings, so I guess that's something. But yeah, we're gonna get them cleaned. Fast as fuck. Alright, back in my bed, and I feel like we should talk about this. The results I'm pretty happy with, so that's good. The execution and the overall experience was not the greatest. So I have been pierced before in Sweden. I got my conch done and that whole thing was just very pleasant and it was very calm, and this was like the pure opposite. I came there, obviously I went there yesterday and just talked with the guy a bit, so he kind of knew that I might show up. So yeah, I arrived and I was like, yeah, I want to do it. And he was like, okay, great, let's go. I showed him pictures and he drew some dots and it was like, do, very like, go, go, go. And I was like, wait, I want to like breathe for a second. And he was like, yeah, are you ready? I'm like, yeah. So I sat down in a chair, he like got everything organized, and then he just like pierced me. He didn't like say anything, he didn't give me a warning, no nothing. He just stabbed my ear and I was like, okay, this is how we're doing it. And then like pulled the first string through and closed it, then just stabbed me again. I was like, all right, this is great. And yeah. Then I had my 2 piercings. Like I said, I probably would not go back to the same guy. No, I definitely would not. He also gave me absolutely 0 instructions in terms of like aftercare. It was just like, yeah, we're done, pay, and that's it. I'm like still in shock over the whole thing. Don't know what to say. So let's go get some food. All right. Yeah, I think food is the right thing to do right now. So let's go do that. For dinner, I found a cozy little restaurant where I sat and had some delicious pad thai. When I was done eating, I went back to my hostel again and got some watermelon on the way. I then sat down in the very empty common room for a while and did some journaling and drawing. This will be the end of the vlog. I do feel like it's a bit of a long one, so if you made it all the way to the end, good for you. I guess, I don't know. But yeah, I do have 3 more nights here on the island, although I have decided that I'm not gonna be filming because I kind of just want to put the camera away, so that's what I'm gonna do. I hope you enjoyed, and if you want to see more of this, stay tuned, and I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, bye.
That's a weird intro.
You cannot see me right now, that is amazing, love the lighting. I will, however,
I will. However is such a fucking difficult word to say.
This is so uninteresting. I'm so sorry, but I am also very tired and we're just gonna do whatever this is.
I can see there's blood on my phone because, yeah, that's right. He dropped his fucking needle on my lap after he pierced me, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna pick this up and hand it back to you. So that's nice, a little souvenir. I'm not sure this is the right way. Not sure if I can even go here, if that is allowed. Should be fine. There we go.